History is written in the light, but the deepest truths are often preserved in the shadows. Some stories are intentionally erased, and others are simply left behind in the ruins, waiting to be found. Welcome to the TAMAS archive. In May 1545, Emperor Sher Shah Suri, a brilliant military commander, found himself completely stalled. He had displaced the Mughals and built an empire, but now he stood before a towering, unbreachable wall of granite that refused to yield. After months of failure, the emperor abandoned traditional siege tactics. He ordered the deployment of his most advanced experimental weapon, an early form of rocket artillery known as the Ukka. The results were catastrophic. Instead of shattering the fort's defenses, the shrieking rocket struck the stone, bounced backward through the air, and detonated directly inside the emperor's own camp, burning him alive. We are going to look at the exact mechanics of that misfire. This is the story of how a single mechanical failure dismantled a sprawling empire from the inside out. Sher Shah Suri built his military success by prioritizing calculated, heavy artillery over traditional cavalry charges. But that calculated machine hit a wall at Kalinjar Fort. It was commanded by Rajput king Kirat Singh. The colossal stronghold sat atop a volcanic hill, towering 800 feet above the surrounding plains. It was designed to survive absolute isolation. To break the fortress, Suri relied on his heavy bronze cannons. For months, his troops fired thousands of solid stone balls, relying on pure physical force to bludgeon the enemy defenses into submission. Against weaker structures, this tactic worked, but Kalinjar's massive granite walls were specifically engineered to withstand heavy siege engines. Even after enduring a barrage of thousands of stone projectiles, the ancient granite barely chipped. King Kirat Singh's defense forced the siege into a deadly deadlock. Realizing that physical force was useless, a frustrated Sher Shah Suri turned to volatile, chemical-based warfare to break the stone. To break the stalemate, the Suri Empire turned to specialized divisions developing early rocket technology. The Ooka incorporated advanced gunpowder innovations developed by Chinese and Middle Eastern alchemists. The weapon relied on two main components: a long bamboo guiding rod attached directly to a hollow iron cylinder to stabilize its flight. Inside that hollow iron cavity was a tightly packed, highly explosive alchemical mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal. This chart maps the difference in flight mechanics. Standard cannonballs traveled in predictable arcs. The Ukka flew with chaotic speed and highly erratic trajectories, shrieking through the air while leaving a thick trail of white smoke. The Ukka relied on chemical detonation rather than blunt force. On impact, the iron cylinder burst into a ball of unquenchable fire. This combination of physical and psychological destruction was designed to break an unyielding granite wall. But the chaotic velocity that made it terrifying also introduced severe mechanical risks to the battlefield. On the morning of the launch, Emperor Suri personally oversaw the operation from a wooden observation platform constructed directly opposite the fort's main gates. Surrounding him was a hidden ammunition dump filled with open crates of reserve gunpowder and thousands of active hand grenades. The emperor pointed his sword at his intended target, the fort's highest watchtower, and gave the command to fire. An elite rocket engineer then lit the fuse of a massive Ooka. As the weapon launched with terrifying velocity, its chaotic flight path caused it to miss the watchtower. Instead, it struck a sharp corner of the fort's upper stone rampart. The impact happened at a highly unusual mathematical angle. Because it hit that exact sharp point of granite, the reinforced iron shell failed to detonate. Instead, the weapon deflected off the stone, tracing an inverted trajectory back toward the launch pad. The explosive iron cylinder flew backward through the smoke and landed squarely inside the emperor's hidden ammunition dump, crashing directly into the open wooden crates. The resulting chain reaction explosion sent giant sheets of orange and black fire into the sky, violently tearing through the imperial front line. The blast decimated the vanguard, leaving Sher Shah Suri in the charred ruins of his trenches. His royal armor half melted against his flesh from lethal chemical burns. The emperor had spent his life building an unbreakable military machine, But the technology he designed to bypass the wall was ultimately weaponized against him by a single geometric anomaly. Even as he lay in a royal tent with failing internal organs, Sher Shah Suri displayed a final act of iron will. Looking at his generals, the dying emperor ordered a last suicidal assault on the fort. Driven by grief and terror, the Suri army launched a charge against the gates, finally capturing Kalinjar by that evening. King Kirat Singh mysteriously vanished from history, and Sher Shah Suri succumbed to his injuries. With the emperor dead, the victory was empty. The state relied heavily on Suri's centralized control. Without his leadership, the empire fractured into a chaotic civil war within a matter of months. As this map details, the internal instability created a severe power vacuum. The exiled Mughal Empire capitalized on the collapse, marching back into India to reclaim control over the subcontinent. The returning Mughal Empire shaped the subsequent centuries of Indian governance and record-keeping. Their dominance marginalized the Suri legacy, leaving the story of the Ooka to survive primarily in specialized chronicles. Today, Kalinjar Fort exists as a collection of silent ruins, left abandoned under the Indian sun. But the high, unyielding granite walls remain. And if you look closely, they still bear the permanent blackened marks of ancient gunpowder and the physical impact of long-forgotten weapons. While the stone endures, the empire that tried to break it has vanished. The frontline trenches where the most powerful man in India once stood are now just quiet dust and wild grass. These ruins illustrate the volatility of technical advancement. In a single morning, the trajectory of a subcontinent's power shifted, not through a massive invasion, but because of a single, unpredictable spark in an ammunition dump. The greatest secrets of history are not always buried beneath the earth. Sometimes they survive in plain sight, hidden inside forgotten places and scarred walls, waiting to be uncovered. Until the next forgotten mystery, this is the TAMAS Archive.